Hey everyone, Greg with New K Pictures. So today I want to teach you a very powerful technique that you can use right now today to entice the interest of a qualified prospect that you want to do business with. In this day and age, in this AI-ified, copy and pasted bulk email, bulk DM outreach messaging that everybody's doing, it's very hard to stand out, but even more importantly, it's hard to create that initial connection because when you reach out to people that way, yeah, here and there you might get a few bites, but you have to wade through thousands of people. And even when you do, they're not going to be as interested as if you actually called them out and directed something at them personally, because that's what separates you from the pack is when you actually customize it in such a way where it's like, wow, this person's actually speaking to me. Now, you can do that with emails and things like that with, hey, first name, but it's still, everybody knows you can easily do that through AI and find their name, and everybody knows that they're, one in 1,000 or one in 50,000. But this is different. This, you're doing it through video, and 99% of people are not used to getting custom video messaging thrown at them. So I've generated personally hundreds of thousands of dollars through this approach because by the time they get on that first call with me, they're far more interested in what I have to say because it's like, wow, this guy really thinks outside the box, and this guy did something different that the hordes of people that are trying to market me are not doing. And that alone makes you stand out and kind of specializes you and puts you in a different category. So stick with me for the next few minutes, and I promise you by the end of this, you're going to have some very powerful new techniques and approaches to utilize for your business to generate and entice the interest of the type of people you want to be working with.
Alrighty. So the name of this particular mode of outreach I coined myself, or at least what I refer to them as, is door opening videos. Why door opening videos? Well, because they open doors, simply put. So this technique, it requires a little bit of effort. So it may be a bit of a turnoff for that reason because you actually have to apply 10 minutes per prospect, realistically speaking, if you want to do it right. And it does take a little bit of time on the front end to create the actual door opening video. But after going through this, you're going to understand that in doing so, not only are you going to have a better response and create the best possible first impression, but you're going to have a kind of recyclable system where you could just plug in one or two clips that you create for that particular prospect and be able to really, break the mold when you first contact them because they will not be expecting this. They will not be used to this. And 5, 10 years from now, this will still be very, very powerful. So basically how it works is you create a 2 to 3, maybe 4 minute video. 4 minutes is a little bit long. Admittedly, this is a 4 minute video, but as a video producer, I have a little bit more to play with in terms of the work that I've done in the past. I have a lot to draw from. And it is a little bit more on the intricate side as far as what we do and the value that we're offering to these prospects we're reaching out to. So long story short, this first one I'm going to show you is to a gentleman, Craig Sugar, the company Protostar. So these days, New K Pictures, my team, we're more focused on construction focused companies and home improvement businesses and real estate developers, businesses like that. But I have been in business for 10 years, and years ago it used to be more about TV commercials. Obviously, everybody wants their Facebook and Instagram digital content now because that's where all the eyeballs have congregated. But TV was still, not to say it isn't at all anymore, but it was it was a more prominent platform 5, 10 years ago, 12 years ago when I basically started doing this as a professional video marketer. So with this batch of door opening videos that I sent out, I was going after that particular market, and the video will reflect that. But you can imagine putting your own value proposition into your own video to reflect the type of value you can offer your prospect. Now, a couple things I want to mention before I play the video, and I'll pause it as we go to kind of highlight different things that I'm doing and saying and the reason why. When you create these videos, one thing to note, if you're a man, you kind of have to keep your hair and your facial hair at at kind of like a similar length, if you will, because you're going to be plugging in the person's first name on the very beginning of the video, dozens of times or potentially hundreds of times, and your face has to match the original video you filmed, if that makes any sense. Also, you're going to wear the same shirt when you do your intros that you had on when you made the original video, because you don't want to have a blue shirt on when you say, "Hey, Bob," and then the rest of the video you have a white shirt on. There's going to be a disconnect there. It's going to break the continuity. Not a big deal, but these are just little details that I want to mention on the front end. So here's the door opening video I'm going to show you. It was, like I said, to a gentleman, Craig Schugert, company called Protostar. And because of this video, I generated over $100,000 worth of business with just this client. And this guy, Craig, actually ended up selling the company and creating a warm introduction to me with the marketing department of the company that acquired them. And since then, I've done $30,000-$40,000 worth of business with them. So just this 4 minute video that took a little bit more effort than just, cold emailing or sending a shot in the dark DM generated me 6 figures in business. So while you're going to watch this, you're going to go, oh, this looks like a lot of work. A, it really isn't, and I'm going to show you how to minimize the effort when you're creating your door opening video. But B, look at the result. If you can generate that kind of business from a little video, I'm not saying the video generated the business, but the video got the prospect perked up to such a way where he was actually excited to speak with me. Not, oh yeah, that sounds kind of interesting, Greg. Let's try to jump on a call in the next week or two. It was like, no, I want to talk to you now because you really stood out with this. So I don't want to pause it too much, but I am going to, I want to break down the various things I'm doing here that I find are important. So, and one more thing before we begin. So this was 4 years ago I initially reached out to this guy. I'm going to show you a more recent one too, but you can see here 27 views. That's obviously not a lot of views, but this is an unlisted video. It's essentially a private video that I sent to one man. And it had so much of an impact on him, he's shown this 27 times, right? It doesn't repeat on your IP on your computer. So yeah, maybe he looked at it on his phone and his laptop or something, but this guy didn't look at it on 27 different devices. So he went out of his way to show friends and families and colleagues and maybe even other clients, look what this guy did. This is really cool. So that's just something I actually noticed now that I just wanted to point out, because at the end of the day, this is a private link I sent to one individual. So let's get started. I'm going to play the first 10 seconds, and then I'm going to pause it because there's something very important on the front end that I need you to take notice of.
Hey Craig, this is Greg here from New Cape Pictures. Just filming this right now from my home studio. As you can see, it's just you and me as I prepare to write another video ad for a client.
So I want to mention too, I have this at 1.5 speed just to get through this a little quicker. But what was the first thing you noticed? I called him by name within the first second.
Hey Craig, this is Greg here from New Cape Pictures.
So I have a cool little sound effect that kind of maybe increase the attention a little bit. But hey Craig, you see, so he immediately is like, oh, this guy made something. He actually made a video for me. And I don't care who you are, how successful you are, where you come from, that is going to impress. It's just human nature. You're going out of your way to do something for me. I'm instantly going to give you a little bit more time and attention. So let's watch it one more time, and then I'm going to play through it a little longer.
Hey Craig, this is Greg here from New Cape Pictures. Just filming this right now from my home studio. As you can see, it's just you and me as I prepare to write another video ad for a client. So my company, New Cape Pictures, is a full-service video production company with a special...
So that was really just meant to be cool. I really don't know how else to describe it. You may be thinking, oh, wow, that was a little intricate. I don't know if I could do something like that. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be this super sexy, sleek video where like all these cool cuts and transitions. Again, I'm a video professional. So I can do this rather easily within the comforts of my own home, and I did, and I do. And you'll notice also I call it out in the video, oh, I'm just in my home here. You know, the little quick little intro that you just saw, I mean, you know, I'm filming wires on the ground. It's my hardwood floors. Like, it's not a fancy studio, and it shouldn't be. It's not meant to be a high production value video. It's meant to be kind of like this down and dirty thing, but still really cool because it's outside the box and, you know, it's different. And that just kind of adds to the production value a little bit because I have that experience. But I don't want you to think, oh, in order for this to work, I have to create this super intricate video. You don't. So let's continue watching a little bit more.
And direct response. So we are not a traditional production company. We have access to back-end data that includes the entire direct response industry. We use advanced research and data to study our competitors, which helps us understand the best performing brands and creatives in any particular category. And then we apply all that research coupled with our years of experience to create more success for our clients. So when we see past creative approaches that have not worked before, we know not to repeat those mistakes. The point is, leveraging this data combined with our own expertise is going to make your content perform better than it would had you move forward with any other production company. We've produced 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute spots, 5 minute spots, even some 15-minute spots. And I definitely feel like there could be some synergy between your company and New K Pictures. And I just wanted to get on your radar and present New K Pictures as a production option for you moving forward.
So you could see there in the last minute, I convey the value of working with me as a video producer. Not only do we have the experience and have worked with dozens of brands and created TV commercials for many different industries and verticals, but we're actually data driven. And before we make any decisions on the creative, we're looking at what your competitors have done that have worked, what they have done that has not worked, and then we're going to come to you with a strategy based upon that data. So I'm not just leading with, hey, we're a great production company, we shoot commercials, but no, we're actually performance driven. We're looking at the data, we're looking at the numbers and the analytics and making decisions based on that.
So at this point, I've done my research, and it's clear you do excellent work, but I'm curious what your production process looks like.
So super important here. Now, again, this is exclusive to me, but you could do this any which way. But you see here, Protostar. This is the thing I was talking about earlier where I began with, hey, Craig, right? And then, again, at another point in the video, and you only have to do this twice. I only do it twice. But you see here, there's one more point of customization in the video that suspends the disbelief even more, because this entire video, what you've seen so far, except for the hey Craig and except for this, is the same. I'm sending everybody the same video. I'm just adding 2 little bits of customization to really suspend that disbelief. Like, wow, did they make this for me? It seems like it's maybe copy and pasted, but he called me by name in the beginning, and here he is again showing me statistics on my company on this advanced platform. Was this for me? And that's all you need. If people just they don't know exactly 100% if this was completely made for them or not, that is going to impress the hell out of them.
You do excellent work, but I'm curious what your production process looks like. So do you keep everything in-house? Do you have producers that you work with directly? Is it a little bit of a mix of the two? Everybody's got their method, and I'm wondering what yours is.
So I've already done my research on Craig, and I can see that they already have been on TV and have produced commercial creatives before. So I know this is a company that is in my wheelhouse and a company that I could work with. But I'm framing it in such a way where, hey, are you open to any more partnerships? Tell me a little bit more about that process.
All right. I'm just going to pause it right there because none of this is going to make much sense without a little bit of context, so let's get into that now. So this is one of the first video cameras that I ever owned. I fell in love with filmmaking at a very young age, and as kids, my friends and I used to run around the house and make movies, and even as we got older, we stuck with it. We just got a little bit more advanced, but I really never lost my passion, and as evidence of that,
So right there, the truth is when it comes to marketing and sales and advertising, and I learned this the hard way years ago, and it's actually made me a better, stronger marketer and video producer. People don't care about you. They only care about what you could do for them, right? But there's also something to be said about forming a real human connection with a cold prospect. And what I'm doing there is I'm demonstrating my passion. Yeah, I love what I do, and I've been doing this a long time, and I have the data, and I have the equipment, and I have the crew, and I have the means to produce TV commercials, but I also really love this stuff. Look at this stuff from when I was 10 years old with the Scream mask on, making videos in the backyard with my friends. And look at me now, and this is me now. So I'm bridging that gap between look how far I've come and how much I really genuinely love what I do, and so much so that I decided to monetize it.
The company New K Pictures was founded in 2011, and we are located 20 minutes outside of New York City. Over the years, we've produced hundreds of videos for our clients, including direct response commercials, branded commercials, digital advertisements, product overviews, and corporate videos. While we have experience in all facets of production, the bulk of our work definitely lies in 2-minute direct response commercials. We've also produced 5-minute spots, as well as 15-minute spots for some of our affiliates overseas. If there's one thing I'm hoping this demonstration in front of you here is conveying, is variety. You can see here we've produced content for a wide array of products, ranging from houseware, kitchenware, toys, pet items, dog toys, beauty, lighting. New K Pictures is not relegated to any one particular niche, and I believe the examples in front of you reflect that. My team and I have the infrastructure and experience necessary to produce compelling video content for essentially any product or service, and I'm confident we'll be able to deliver spots to you on time, on spec, and on budget. So whether you're using your video content on your product sites, social media, or e-commerce sales funnels, we will work with you on whatever format you need the videos to be in, depending on the platforms you're running media on. So it's a process, but one we're comfortable with. And that's about it. I know this was a bit extensive, but I wanted to be thorough. At this point, I'm just interested in setting up a 15-minute call with you. As I mentioned, we have access to all the past creatives, airings, performance levels across the entire industry for all of your competitors, and this data-driven model will truly help increase our client success. So let me prove it to you. Let me put together a free research analysis. I'll show you what my process is. I'll do the research for you. I'll show you the best performing creatives from your competitors. I'll show you what's worked on TV, what hasn't, everything in between, and really just get into it. Either way, I appreciate your time and hope you get the chance to speak soon. Thanks.
All right. And at the end, they're offering free value, some kind of a value prop to entice them further. Like, not only did I make this really cool video for you, but let me do a little bit of research for you. Let me demonstrate the value or the potential value of working with me. So hopefully after watching that, you could kind of see like that is really cool, really unique, and it would get the interest of a prospect regardless of the industry or vertical. Now, again, I'm going after a company that produces TV commercials, that's been on TV before, so the messaging is different. Had I been going after a construction company, then I would reorient all this to reflect that and all that, you know, going through all the work we've done. Like, I'm proud of this work, but it's dated at this point. It's direct response heavy. It's not relevant to the types of companies I'm going after now, but we've worked with many different companies in the construction focused space. So I would just basically swap these in for that type of content and talk about the results we're driving for those types of industries. So it's basically just plug and play and determining what is going to resonate best with the type of prospect that you're going after. And before I wrap this up, I want to showcase another one. So this is from 2 years ago. Andrea Lazardis. So we've done some work with them since then. The video that we sent them obviously enticed them to get on a call. Now, this doesn't have 27 views, just 5. But again, I just sent this to Andrea. So Andrea must have sent this to a couple of her colleagues or people that she trusts, because you wouldn't send this to people unless you were like, hey, check this out. This is different. This is unique. This is cool. You get pillaged with so much content every single day. You're not forwarding it to people that they have their own content coming in. So it's just driving the point home that this is really something special. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole video, but this is like an updated version. So every couple of years or every 6 months to a year, I'll kind of update it and just try to change it up a little bit. So I just want to give you an idea of what I did a couple of years later.
Hey Andrea, this is Greg from New Cape Pictures. I just wanted to make a quick video for you. As you can see, I'm filming it from my home studio and it's just you and me. So, let's get into it.
See, just you and me, just filming it from my home, no big deal. There's not some big production going on here. You see, I'm just in my office, no big deal. I think it relaxes people. It's like, not that it's nerve-wracking, but what I'm trying to say is it feels chiller. It feels more like, hey, this isn't a big deal. I just wanted to make a quick video for you. There's not a big production that has gone into this. So this is the new kind of cool little intro thing I did to, solidify attention. I actually think I like this one a little better, but, you tell me what you think.
Oh, let's get into it. So I'm reaching out to you today because I felt like there could be some synergy between your company and New Cape Pictures, my production company. New Cape has a specialty in direct response, performance-driven video content, and we're not a traditional production company in that we have access to syndicated back-end data that includes the entire televised commercial industry. We use advanced research and data to study our competitors, which helps us understand the best performing brands and creatives in any...
So it's very similar from here, kind of going through the platform again. The information that we have access to has relevancy in our decision making on your actual creative. So we're not making decisions willy-nilly. We're actually looking at your competitors and seeing what's worked and what hasn't worked. And then again, I just want to call this out. So at this point,
2-minute spots, even some 5 and 15-minute spots for our affiliates overseas. And I wanted to get on your radar as a production option moving forward. So at this point, I've done my research, and it's clear you do excellent work. But
again, this is the little moment. All I had to do is take a screenshot, plug it into the same moment on the same timeline of the edit, and just plug and play. So, hey, Andrea, and then Andrea's data. Hey, Craig, and then Craig's data. But once you shoot the video, 95% of the work is done. You just have to get in front of your phone and just, hey, Bob, hey, Mary, hey, John, hey, Sally, whatever. Call them out by name, because without a doubt, that's the most important part. Calling them out a name. Having your facial hair the same length, the same shirt, all these other details, that's stuff that I think you should pay attention to. But really the key factor to door opening videos is just calling them out by name, right? Because just ask yourself, when was the last time you got a custom video message calling you out by name? Probably never. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm offering this up as an alternative approach to reaching out to cold prospects who do not know you and making the best possible impression out of the gate. I've done it. It's worked for me many times. I've generated hundreds of thousands in business. And if you want some advice or if you want some information on how to go about creating this in-house for yourself and start implementing this for your own marketing, you could follow my Facebook group, a free community where we go over strategies and ideas and ways in which to improve your sales and marketing through video-based solutions. So you could follow me there. Follow me on Instagram. Follow this YouTube channel. I'm going to continue to put out really valuable content like this that I hope helps you push the needle forward for your business vis-a-vis through video. Thanks for watching.